Hello world, welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to James's VTS swapped Peugeot 309 GTI.
Yeah, just over 900 kilos with all that extra power. We've been really looking forward to this one.
Let's get stuck in.
We love 80s and 90s cars, particularly the old recipe of low horsepower combined with lightweight, you know, a car you can actually drive 10/10ths. So when James reached out and offered his unique Peugeot 309, we could not wait to see it in person.
I've said it many a times, I'm an old man stuck in a not so old man's body, so this era of cars is the one that really gets us excited. Bit of a nerdy fact that I found when I was doing research for this, the 309 almost never came to be, it was never designed to be a Peugeot car. I won't go into too much detail, but there's a lot of info online about it. It was actually deemed to be a Talbot, but Peugeot eventually took it over and made it Peugeot-esque. So from the front, as you could probably tell, very 205, very Peugeot of the era, but the 309, everyone thinks, I thought, it was just a 205 with a bigger boot, but the dimensions, they're actually wider and longer, which apparently made them a lot more stable.
Yeah, that makes total sense, you know, obviously a wider track.
Yeah, and that's why, ironically, a lot of people preferred these, yet the 205 seemed to steal the spotlight a bit more.
I reckon it was probably value.
Kenny made a very good point about the original price affecting the status and reputation of both cars. When new, the 205 GTI apparently cost from £6,200 for the 1.6 and £8,400 for the 1.9, whereas the 309 GTI started at £9,295, which was a bigger increase than it sounds back then with inflation. This could be a big factor as to why the 205 got most of the limelight, simply because it was more affordable.
This is a 1991, so crikey, I wasn't even 2 years old when this came out. But it's, unlike me, it's aged really well. And what we love, GTI, obviously the bumpers, you've got the more aggressive splitter at the bottom, the quad fog lights.
It was just like the B-class rally stuff back in the day.
Yeah, it is very of the time. And another thing I do like is the red strip indicating that it is a GTI. And James, he put on his big boy pants when he was speccing these wheels. He wanted the reds to sort of be a bit more in your face, but I just think it goes with the red strip so well. Ballsy move, but I think it's worked really well.
It does, yeah.
So moving on to the wheels, Team Dynamics 1.2s. Kenny and I have had this conversation loads of times. I have not seen a car that they do not suit. This is no exception, and in that red, I'm a sucker for red wheels anyway. 15s running 195 50/15 tyres, AR1s.
We absolutely love AR1s.
Again,
we know
we
how quick
think
they switch on.
Yeah, as far as road legal tyres go, I don't think you can
How
go
are they
better.
road legal? How are they road legal?
I know, it's crazy. So, there's a lot of GTI stuff, there's a lot of uprated stuff on this car, so you think, right, has he gone GTI 6 calipers and front brakes? No. What he has done is gone for Peugeot 207 HDI brake setup. Yeah, yes. I questioned it as well. I thought it was a typo, but no. James is the type of guy that does insane amounts of research into everything he does, and that's something I really respect. Yeah. So basically, the piston is a little bit smaller than the GTI 6, but the disc is a bit wider, so better for cooling and stuff like that. That's the type of detail we're talking about with this car.
Yeah, more efficient.
One little thing we always say, if you look in the wheel arches on this, just little things to gather. No, this is a serious bit of kit, which is why we're so grateful when people bring them down so we can experience it and obviously give you guys the experience as well. Am I right in saying this is genuine carbon? So this is not carbon wrap on the roof, this is actually carbon skinned.
Oh, I thought it was a wrap. Not gonna lie.
I will preface this by saying the spec list is about 9 foot long.
Yes.
I'll put in the description if you do want to see the full thing. We're just going to highlight all the main things, but that is a pretty cool touch. So that is genuine
awesome.
Carbon. So another conversation Kenny and I had many times. Coupes are better looking than hatches generally. Going back to the Civics, I love the EGs, but obviously I prefer the EJ to the coupes, and it's no different to this. The 205 is such a pretty car, but that to me is god tier.
It makes it look more classy as well, I suppose. It does make it look more expensive.
It does, yeah.
Obviously, of that generation,
yeah.
It just looks like a no bum, like that Toad I showed you.
Looks a bit more, yeah. Looks a bit more grown up, I think, somehow.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So rears, the GTIs came with discs, so we've got a pretty standard setup on the rear, but it is nice to know that even the 1991 we had pads and discs on the rear. We have been told this is a facelift, which I didn't even know there was a facelift on the 309s. Do believe the lights were different. James was saying they had more of an orange indicator, and of course the spoiler there, which just sets it off beautifully.
Yeah, the stock spoiler is actually like a foamy, rubbery.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was on the pre. Oh,
it's on the pre, sorry, yeah. So that's obviously being a facelift. 1991, it has got the plastic.
Oh, so it is a factory one, but no.
Yes.
Right. Cool. I remember seeing the foamy ones. That was a real 80s, 90s thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Another 80s, 90s thing I love, streaks. Everyone loved streaks in the 80s and 90s. And on this, it works really well. Just the styling overall is amazing. But what is also amazing is what's powering this bleeding thing.
So the Peugeot 309 GTI came with a 1.9 16 valve engine with around about 130 horsepower. But this is a 2-litre 16 valve Zara engine. I'm going to give you the engine code, but I need my phone out for this because it's quite a mad code being Peugeot.
It's not like a Honda where it's just B18, K20.
No, it's a little bit more complex. It's an XU10J4RS.
And is it me or does that sound cool?
It does
I was
sound pretty
impressed when he
cool,
told me.
yeah. I was just saying, I had to get my phone out because I can't even remember my PIN number to get in my card.
Why didn't you tell us? You'll remember it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we got it on camera. Right, it's obviously got a couple of modifications on this. I'm going to point out a couple, namely the R8 coil packs with Bosch 550cc injectors.
Yes, now the reason James was sort of went for that, he was preempting going throttle bodies. So let's see if we can put enough peer pressure on him to make it go throttle bodies so we can have it back on, because I just want to hear it in person.
I was going to say, imagine this thing, it's insane, wouldn't it? Obviously, a couple more mods, custom intake, that's right in the front of the grille. That's a nice little touch, that is. It comes with a standard Citroen Zara VTS 5-speed gearbox as opposed to the Peugeot GTI 6.
Bit of nerdy stuff, because basically James was saying, this is what I was saying about his knowledge, to get the 6-speed in is a lot bigger, so there's like chassis notches, stuff like that. So for now, I mean,
yeah, as I said, it all matches. You could basically get it full package, just go straight into the car. But this also has a gripper LSD in it.
Big boy stuff.
I can't wait to see. I didn't even realise that. Obviously, the list we've gone through.
You didn't even read the spec list, did you?
It's too much.
Alright, so we've recently done a brand new electric Kia. This is slightly different. As you climb over the full FIA approved roll cage, it's been a while since we've done a stripped out car, and I'm so excited, but in here you can almost hear the echoing. That is how much of a race car we're talking. So I'm sat in these quite comfortable Corbo seats. We've been in a few where there's just too tight you can't move. For me, this is very nice. Complemented by the red Sabelt. I never know what to pronounce it. I'm probably butchering it.
I think. I don't know. I might be wrong as well.
Anyway, someone's going to know.
Yeah, something belt.
But again, when you see it from the outside, it sounds weird, but you've got the red wheels, the red strip, and the harnesses. It really does complement it well.
It does.
This makes me giggle. We got a proper Mario Kart steering wheel. I can't wait to see you. Your hands are going to cover this entire steering wheel.
I'm really glad it's got power steering.
It has. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. All the 309s came with power steering. On the 205s, it was optional.
Yes.
It has got a quick release. I'm not going to do it now because guaranteed I'll make a tool of myself and won't be able to put it back on. One of the things, I've owned many Saxo VTRs, and one of the things I always wanted but couldn't afford was the Satchel Engineering shifter. So this, again, the 17-year-old in me is just itching to just put this into gear. So I am really looking forward to that. There's a reason that everyone with French hatches goes for these.
Yeah.
Stereo, all your info entertainment has been removed, and we've got a kill switch there, which again tells you this is race car stuff. But even the factory stuff, just how plastic everything is, and then you've got the most basic climate controls or heaters, which is exactly what you want from a car. In this car, I just want to drive it. Looking at the dash, you've got those uber clear dials and everything like that. Again, very reminiscent of the 205 and the cars, the Peugeots of this time.
Yeah, I prefer it to the Kia we done last week. I'm not going to lie.
Rich, I don't know what he's on about.
Sorry, Rich.
What cars we want to do. Looking into the back, there's really not much to say apart from just how clean this car is. When you start removing stuff, it can make things look very ugly.
Yeah.
But the way this has been done with the cage and the, what looks like a watch battery in the back, I need to get one of those. There's a reason people do them. They are incredible. But now, thankfully, I think it is time we actually start this thing and take it on the ride.
Come on, man, let's go.
I don't know, let's go. I've made the rookie mistake of strapping myself in. Oh, I can't reach the camera. Come on, Drew, you should know better by now. Right, guys, you join me out on the road. Wow. In James's 309. It's been a while since we've done a cool stripped out track car, so I am so grateful for this. James has come all the way down from Somerset, which is a good hour and a half, 2 hour drive down, and the man was thanking us for letting us feature on the channel. That's how much of a gentleman he is. So James, we are so grateful, and instantly The seating position is absolutely bang on. Obviously sat in these Corbo seats. Thankfully, we are on adjustable sliders, so we can get my short behind in you, no problem at all. We've got the harnesses that do, I miss this feeling of being strapped into a car, looking around and seeing a cage, you know you're in something serious. What I can tell you is the throttle response is insane. It's so sharp, so sharp. And the shifter, like I said, 17-year-old me has been waiting to do it. Does it disappoint? Does it? Heck. It is an amazing feel, as you'd expect. The location is almost bordering EP3, but it's right next to the steering wheel, so it really does make it feel like you're in a race car. And the heel and towing, because of the location of the pedals, we did say the same on the 205. The positioning of the pedals is absolutely fantastic. This is when the French absolutely knew what they were doing. They could nail a good hot hatch. This car is just the essence of driving. This thing hasn't even got a stereo. It's just you. Oh my God, a raw engine and nothing else. James has given me permission to hit the limiter, so believe you me, oh my God, I'm gonna hit the limiter. The way this thing revs out. We talk about rev happy engines. This is the definition of it. Woo! The heel in tow. Probably one of the best cars I've driven for that. The positioning of everything. Whew. This is hitting me in the feels. This car is making me emotional. So, showing you some corners. Oh, this is a man's car. You've got to grab this thing by the neck. Show it who's boss. How is this thing handling so well? This is something else. Holy cow. I am flat out. How are you doing this? Oh my God. I have not felt a rush like this for a very, very long time. I'm out of breath, man. This car, it gave me goosebumps. I tried to talk when I was driving it, but you know when you're eating an absolutely fantastic gourmet meal and you don't want to talk throughout because all that matters when you're eating that meal is the food you're eating. All that matters when you are going full throttle in this thing, nothing else on this planet matters. This is the feel that you don't get from modern cars because of the weight, because of the technology. You will never get a newer car to do this. If I had to find negatives, this is not a review, so I don't have to find negatives, but the only negative I can think of, and it is quite a big one, I'm not taking it home. I don't own it, that is the only negative. Right, I'll stop fanboying now. Kenny will be a bit more critical, I think, but let's see. I reckon he's going to enjoy it.
Now this brings back memories for me. As I say, my first car was a Peugeot 205 and I had a 309s, but obviously not like this.
Not quite
like this. Let's have a little... That limiter! Dude, it's like a go-kart. Oh my God, the turning! This is what driving's about. This is something special, man. Yes! This is the thing about having a car this sort of power. As we've always said, you can use all the power.
Oh, 10, you can drive it 11. I was driving this 11 tenths because you can.
You really can.
And that sound, I'm sure it comes from your heart, not that engine.
It is, yeah, that's us roaring.
Yeah.
Right, have a little go up through here. Obviously, you said about the dip being quite aggressive, and it really is. Oh! Dude, this thing's... Oh man, it just wants to go around the corners, doesn't it? Oh, I think I just hit fourth. Yep, my bad.
Very tight gears.
It is. The shift is really, really short and really close together ratio. I'm gonna just back off though because we caught those. I thought, being obviously an older car with the tyres picking up, being an older car with obviously, as we say, only 180 horsepower, it's the weight of this thing how you can really feel. It's so nimble, but I really thought that we were going to have a full run there because I let him pass. I really didn't. Obviously, driving Jay's 205, it just wasn't. It didn't feel like this.
No,
Am I right?
It's something completely different. Yeah.
It really is. Now I know this has got a little bit more power, but I think this is like a really perfect amount of power for this car. I love this. I see what you were so excited when you pulled back. I mean, you can see it in your face.
Oh yeah.
And you don't usually come in. You're like, oh my god, that was amazing. You were like, every other word was a swear word.
Yeah, and that's it. I try.
That's not like you.
I only reserve swear words for when it's needed, and my reaction like this is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the excitement. And now I know why. Like, do you mean I have my adrenaline's pumping?
I stopped and I was just like, holy crap! Like we've gone up there 10 times faster, but
yeah, as I say, we've driven things 4 times the power of this, maybe 3, 4 times.
Yeah, easy.
And I take this every day. It makes me now want to just get something really light that I can use on track.
I said I was going to go and strip the Civic. I want everything out of it because I want this feeling.
I want one of these.
Wow, that was James's 309 GTI with a twist.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since a car's got me that emotionally involved and like an emotional response. It is
I was just going to say,
incredible.
yeah, well, obviously your reaction, my reaction just shows just how good this thing really is.
Yeah, now we've said if we owned this, we would be looking for any excuse to take it out because it just gives you that raw essence of driving. It sounds cheesy, like we keep going back to. And what I want to emphasize is when James bought this, he was explaining off camera, it wasn't running right, it had been neglected, it was sat for a while. So this, what I would consider almost show condition you see here, and I say the man's put a lot of work into it.
As we were saying, it's a 34-year-old car, and look at the condition of it.
That's what we've got to remember.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? And like, as we always say, and I know we've repeated it again, power's not everything.
Power to weight is.
It really is. You can feel just how light this thing is and how much it wants to move, but in a way it sort of encourages you to let it do it. But yeah, we love it. We absolutely love it.
Yeah, you sort of work with it. We've driven cars with very aggressive diffs and you're fighting them. Don't get me wrong, like I said, you've got to grab this thing by the horns, but it'll work with you if you respect it. And that's just, like I said, it's a shame we can't. It's a shame all of you guys can't drive this because as a driver, this is the type of car you want to drive.
Yeah, we love it. We absolutely love it.
Yeah, I think it says it all. And I want to say a massive thanks to James for coming all the way down, loading it up on the trailer, coming all the way down. And like I said, the man thanked us, so that's how much of a gentleman he is. So thank you very much. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We will see you in the next one.
Ooh.
All right, James, give me the keys. I'm going home.
Yeah, we'll have another drive.